The business pitch. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mudiri Mantui. I am the founder of Sankofa Agricultural Consultancy Pty Ltd. It's a Botswana-based project management and agricultural consultancy dedicated to improving agricultural productivity, sustainability, and market access for farmers, together with the government agencies, the non-governmental organizations, and the agricultural businesses in general. It's just to offer the holistic approach of the farmer systems. It's a system thinking, kind of like consultancy company. So you look at the subtitle, there is Transforming Agriculture Through Integrated Project Management and Climate Smart Solutions. Today I'll be presenting our business model, financial projections, and why Sankofa is positioned to becoming Botswana's leading agricultural project management consultancies by the year 2030. Which is around 15 years from now, because it's 2025, not 15 years, 5 years from now. Thank you. As we move on, ladies and gentlemen, this will be just to talk about who we are. Sankofa is it's a highly specialized consultancy that bridges it's a highly specialized consultancy, that bridges the gap between agricultural advisory services and professional project management systems. Our mandate is to deliver an end-to-end agricultural solutions from feasibility study, just from the rudimentary stage of a business, to the budgeting and execution, together with evaluation and monitoring of the business. The problems, or the problem in general. These are the challenges in Botswana and sub-Saharan South Africa. Agriculture remains a cornerstone of African economies, with more than 60% of the population dependent on it. However, productivity remains low, regardless of all the people depending on that. In Botswana, we continue to see project delays, farmers lacking in technical support, and poor market linkages. There isn't any such maybe consultancies or such instrument that leads to maybe bridge the gap there. This presents a massive or a big opportunities for consultancies that offer professional management system, professional management in terms of agricultural project. It will be tailored advisory services and climate smart solutions. Our solutions, these are the business concepts. Sankofa offers an integrated service packages that covers agronomy, climate resilience, value chain development, and the total project life cycle management. Unlike some of the fragmented service provisions or maybe service providers, Sankofa delivers a comprehensive one-stop solution to farmers, irregardless of whether it's a crop farming, agronomy, horticulture, animal husbandry, anything that deals with agriculture. As we move on, our modest advantages. Our modest advantages, we hang on to the fact that we brand ourselves exceptionally unique. we offer a locally profound, or maybe we are so deep rooted into the local people. We understand the local culture when we try to partner with almost everybody that is there within the agricultural industry. Everybody starting with maybe the institution that offer agricultural courses, the dealers, maybe that will be the suppliers, the seed multiplication um, suppliers, the government entities that would maybe include all of those technicians, veterinary technicians, crop technicians, plant pathologists, and you may name it. If you look at maybe the market opportunities, the agricultural consultancies, marketing consultancies in Africa or in Botswana is accelerating, driven by the technology, the technological advancement or technological adoption, the donor funding climate programs, and the need for efficient production system. Botswana we pushes for youth to enter into agriculture and a value chain development that further boosted demand for structural advisors. So there's a holistic approach in terms of all of those things that needed to be done, looking at how the market is changing or is shifting. There is a huge opportunity. The target markets, or the target market, as you may put it. Ladies and gentlemen, as we go on, we're looking at this target market. This segments are all face operations and technical gaps. The gaps that sankofa will address that will be flexible, affordable in terms of monetary, there will be a tailor-made package as we look at the need. It will be there'll be a need assessment in terms of addressing all these issues, because many a times we look at some of the initiatives that are failing because they didn't even address what the people on the ground were in need. So there will be a basic needs assessment in terms of dealing with all these other issues. And there will be a huge collaboration with the people that will be there, together with the expert that will be there in the market, or the expert that will be there, so as to address and not to leave anything unattended. And to look at maybe some of the policies. And it's been known that in Africa, some of the policies, Africa or maybe Botswana, particularly has some of the policies that are well crafted, well drafted, and the problem now is in terms of implementation. And Sankofa will be part and parcel in terms of implementing some of this, all these initiatives that will be there. Thank you. As we move on to competitor analysis, competitors often focus on one of the aspects in the supply chain. And sankofa differentiates itself by offering a fully packaged, integrated, and Botswana-specific service. It will be tailor-made to address all the needs of Botswana. It will be specially designed to look at the needs of Botswana. So as for competitors, it will maybe look at integrating some of the needs, or maybe the technologies that are there in terms of advancing efficiency, productivity, and even if you look at it in terms of maybe to increase the yields. Because farming, as you may look at it, is all about food sufficiency. We would look at other issues that needs to be done there. The revenue model, which is mostly one of the basic and maybe more of one of the most important part, if you may look at it. Our mixed revenue model ensures consistency in terms of cash flow through the project life cycle. Consultancy would maybe look at maybe retainers or maybe some of the things that would I would maybe term as training fees. That would be where the catch will be. We look at the issues in terms of how to package some of the agronomy things, or maybe horticultural, because as most of Botswanas here focus on rain fed, and then we'll try to collaborate a whole lot of maybe the irrigation part in terms of approaching this thing, and we'll just look at the initial or maybe the basic advantages in terms of maybe our pricing models, so as to we're not leaving anybody there, so we would catch almost everything. And in terms of some of the framework agreement that will be there, we'll look at some of the non-governmental organization which will maybe there's looking at which are not really profit driven, but then we would look at how we would incorporate almost all our services, looking at other issues that need to be addressed there. As we move forward, this will be the operations and management. Sankofa we would lean, or maybe would start to lean in the three aspects, and to scale by to start off by hiring the project-based consultants and regional extensions, because as we expand, we look at our regions, but firstly we started locally, looking at maybe what the locally technicians would have, so as to bridge some of the gaps that will come with in terms of the cultural differences and maybe the language barriers there. Yes, we'll start. If you look at the core team, it will start with me, Maderi Manzi, there as the project manager and one of the agricultural technicians there, or the expert in the field and the field coordinator, so as to address almost everything. And so if you look at the operational tools, it will be all those tools that will be needed in terms of the so-called maybe the semi-sophisticated tools there that will maybe advance in terms of our precision farming there, and eliminate some of the factors that have been left behind. As we move forward to marketing and sales strategies, our marketing relies heavily on the relationship. We'll look at the relationship spectrum there, so as to address issues of trust, issues of maybe coordinations, issues of collaborations there, and maybe look at the impact of storytelling, because if we rely mostly on the people and we rely mostly on the interactions that we would have with our clients there, and look at maybe the crucial elements there, as to look at the basics on how to reach out to our farmers, and we'll try to collaborate with almost everything and try to beef up with almost technology, the technological advancement that will be there, and address all the issues that will be there, looking at maybe the method and the channels of communication, looking at all other issues will be addressed there. Almost all the platforms will try to reach and make sure that is a need that there is not gonna be any shore or agricultural fair that will miss, regardless of all the cost or that we attend with almost all the workshops, exhibitions, or almost everything that is paid there. As we move forward to pilot and phase and proof of the business concept, which is the most important part of our business. The pilot would validate the pricing, because we'll start mostly with validation of the pricing. Satisfaction of the service or satisfaction of the customer, that will be of paramount importance. The operational workflow, we'll just look at how the workflow flows, and that will help the investors or the market, or maybe build the market confidence in our people. That will maybe some of the things that we need to look at it. As we go on to market, the financial, which will be the financial projections, which will be the backbone of almost everything that need to be done. The projections, the projections are conservative. They are based on the existing demand from farmers, to non-governmental organizations that will be there, to private, to government programs, and to see and we'll seek reliance on the consultancies. So if you look at them, the year one estimate that the revenue would be around 25,000. The gross profit would be around 140,000 pula. The cost operation cost will be around 100 pula. Then we'll look at some of the issues as to look at maybe the net margins and whatnot. As we move forward, ladies and gentlemen, to investment requirement. Your investment acceleration technology adaptations. Maybe you look at maybe scales of outreach, and this would allow us to secure large government and non-governmental organization project, because we'll just look at almost everything. This will be just a holistic approach, and that would look at maybe some of the investment that we'll be looking at. But you just look at maybe the money that will be, it's not really much, but if you look at 150,000, that would be maybe the funds would be broken down in terms of what is being needed and maybe the return on investment in 3 years there. Almost everything would be tasked, looking at maybe some of the issues that needed to be done there to address everything. So you'd look at maybe the stake as in terms of the scalable of consultancy, the accessibility of almost everything, looking at the agricultural sector there. As we move on to risk management, this is one of the basic, for maybe I would consider as the most important things, because this would look at some quality management systems. And in terms of our mitigation, our risk mitigation framework would ensure that business continuity is there, because there is no way where, if you look at maybe or almost everything, some of the risk that will be there will try to eliminate almost every risk, the operational risk, the business risk, almost everything that would come up with the risks there. And even look at the unpredictable agricultural landscape. Because if you look at the holistic or maybe the sphere, agriculture as in total, you look at that the agriculturalist has a low ability to pay some of the things. So we'll just consider that and look at maybe a whole lot of climate variability there, and look at maybe some of the insurance that need to be done to address almost everything that comes with the variability or maybe the variation that comes with climate. And some of the things that needed to be done is to look at content delimitation in terms of connectivities there, because some of the technologies that, or maybe some of the things that need to be done would maybe anchor will be much more anchored in terms of the technologies, because we would look at a whole lot of things that need to be done looking at technology as we address the issues of precision farming. I'm sorry about that. That was the word that I lost. Precision farming. Thank you. And we'll look at almost everything there. Why sankofa will thrive? That's a big question. That's the most important question that we need to do. Investing in sankofa sankofa support both profitability and Botswana's agricultural transformation. As we know, Botswana depend on agriculture, and agriculture is the cornerstone of almost everything. Like I mentioned earlier on there, that we would need to invest solely in agriculture for food sustainability or food subsistence sufficiency. If we to look at maybe the critical strand there, that will maybe look at maybe establish the demands, then the first one there, it being the strong market needs, the scalable method, exclusive local and technical expertise. We'll try to tap into the local market and maybe see what needs to be done in terms of mixing the traditional and maybe this new methods of farming, so as to tap in, because that you look at some of the resistance in terms of because some of the seeds will be resistant to diseases. conclusion. This is maybe the last part of the last part of the presentation. As we conclude looking at and as this thing is it will be my parting shot, and this will be maybe the conclusion to the presentation. As we conclude, Sankofa agricultural consultancy is not just a business. It is or an enterprise. It is a catalytic agency for food security and sustainability and food sufficiency, for rural improvement, and it will be for climate resilience in Botswana. It will empower farmers' community to improve productivity, adapt to climatic changes. Sankofa supports sustainable growth and build a much more bigger and stronger food resilience in Botswana. This will be my parting shot. Thank you for your time. Sankofa is ready to grow, ready to scale, ready to transform agriculture in Botswana. Thank you so much. This was the more or the less that we have prepared for you, and I'll be here waiting to welcome any question that will come or any clarity that need to be taken out, so that we are all in the same wavelength. Thank you.